Hey guys, it's Gay. Welcome back to my channel. Today's video is a video of how I did my makeup when I was in high school. And when I was in high school in the 80s. I was a teenager in the 80s. And so Dynasty was my show, and the ladies on there in their makeup, Diane Carroll, Joan Collins, and I've always been a pretty eccentric glamour girl type, so I wore my makeup pretty heavy always since I've been wearing makeup for I started when I was 14, 15. I'm 52 now. What is that, 35 something years? I've always worn a heavy face. And so this is how I wore my makeup when I was in high school, around my sophomore, junior, senior year. So if you're interested in how I did this look, please stay tuned and watch the video. It won't hurt you if you like and subscribe. I promise it won't take anything from you either, but I would appreciate it. So enjoy the video. Okay guys, so you already know I'm doing my makeup how I did in high school, and this is a picture of me when I was in high school. I don't know if you can see it really good, but yeah, that's that G right there. That's that G. And if you could see the picture pretty good, then you can see that I wore a full face. I was a cake face then, 30 something years ago. So that's how we do. 35 years ago, that's how we did it. I was cake face then. So I'm going in with my pencil, and I used to cut my brows really thin, but I'm not gonna do all that. It's thin enough. Ooh, okay. I got to practice going smaller because I used to wear them smaller. And so I'm just gonna draw them on because that's really what I used to do. I had them, they were so thin I would just draw them on. And so that's what I'm gonna do now. I'm gonna just draw them on. Yep, this is what I used to do. Okay guys, and so when I was in high school, that was, when I started wearing makeup, I was 14, 15, so that's 35, 36 years ago. We only had these little applicators, which I still use to today, but that's what we had. And so this white right here is what I would always wear under my brow bone. I would always wear this white. Now, I don't know how this is going to come out because remember, this was 35 years ago. This is how I wore my makeup, and I'm 52 now, so I mean, skin have changed, everything has changed, but that's how I used to wear it. First, I would always put my lightest color under my brows. Ooh, okay. Okay guys, and then I'm gonna go in with this brown. I would always take my brown and I would go into my crease. And I didn't use primer back then. So, a lot of times I would mix my colors. So I would mix colors into this brown to see what I would get to make it look a little bit more colorful than just brown. But ooh wee, now it's like I can't hardly believe I didn't even use a primer. We didn't see, there wasn't makeup classes and all that stuff like it is now. This was, oh, you have a little gift for makeup. You try to get as many books as you can from the library. Just look in magazines to see just how people, how the models' makeup were. And you just had to do it, kind of did it on your own, because there were no makeup classes and things for, everyday people like it is now. We didn't have a YouTube where you can just, look on your phone and see how to put on makeup, what about makeup, this, that, and that. And then colors weren't directed for women of color. They didn't make makeup for women of color. And so you had to just try to get makeup and make it work for you. Use your color wheel to create colors that would complement your skin. And the foundations, oh my goodness, that was just out of this world horrible, because I wore foundation and powder and everything. And the only thing that we really had then was fashion fair. But you know, I was a teenager at that time, so I couldn't really afford fashion fair, and then fashion fair was for, you know, the more wealthier people, adults. And so I would get things, you know, for Christmas, birthdays, and, you know, saving my money. But basically, it was the drugstores, and fashion fair was geared toward black women. So black women that did wear makeup, that was the only place that they could get their makeup. And so, excuse me being a teenager, I would have to go to the drugstores and try to make that stuff work. And, oh, good night. Look at the colors. Okay. Well, I used to mix them. So now I'm going to go in with this and just mix this. Just put a little bit up there and mix those colors together. And this is just how I used to do when I was younger. But of course, everything comes out a little different when you're younger, because the skin is tighter and clearer and prettier and all that. But okay, that's the challenge. That's the fun challenge. Okay guys, so now I'm gonna go in with this light shimmery champagne-ish color, and I'm gonna take that on my lid, because that is what I used to do. I used to take this and put it on my lid. Okay, now in the midst of me, because remember, in the time that I started wearing makeup, we would have to just practice on. You'd have to get your makeup, get in the mirror, and just practice and make the colors work for your complexion and all that. And so in the midst of doing that, I didn't know anything about adding color to the to the outer part of my eye to give me depth or anything like that. I just happened to, in the midst of practicing and putting on makeup, stumbled on putting blue. I decided one day, let me put some blue right here and just see what happens. Well, it was a really, really deep blue, which I'm going to add some of this purple to make it a little deeper. And when I did that, I realized, oh, that looks good. So throughout 35 years of me wearing makeup, I'll say for 30 years, this was my everyday go-to style. I would place a lighter color, white color, under my eyebrow. It would usually be a brown mixed with a little something, a lighter champagne-ish color on my eye, and then my outer eye would have a little blue or a little brown or black. It would be a deeper color, but it was, for a lot of years, it was a deep, deep blue. And so that's how I'm adding that purple to that. That's how I wore it for years. Okay, guys, these are what the eyes pretty much look like in high school. And then I would just, back then we didn't have eyeliner pencils. We had liquid eyeliner. So I was a pro, which everybody that wore makeup was a pro at using, liquid eyeliner, because that's all we had. And I piled it on. If you grew up with me or went to school with me, the people that did, they know how I wore my makeup, and it was damn near like a after 5 every day. My makeup. It was never neutral. It was never, just a little light makeup look. It was always, I ain't gonna even lie, it was always made up to the gods. Always. So that's what I did. I just piled up my eyeliner. Okay, guys, and this is pretty much what my eyeshadow looked like in high school. That's pretty much it. Now, I've already placed my foundation and the powder and everything, and now I'm going to go in with a blush. Now, I used to wear red blush or maroon blush. So you have to remember, I'm 52, so I was a teenager in the 80s, and blush was, ooh, honey, we wore blush. That's what we wore, and we wore lots of it. Now, these eyelashes, at the time when I was in high school, I had really, really long lashes, and all I would do was put mascara to them, and they would look like falsies because my lashes were really, really long. They just started thinning as I started getting in my 40s and 50s because, you know, that's what happens. But yeah, I'm putting the blush on. Ooh. Like I used to wear it in high school, so, ooh. There's a lot of it. Yeah, it is. Excuse that noise. That's the nurse in Deming. So, ooh, now it's time for the red lipstick, honey, because I wore red lipstick in high school. I wore red lipstick pretty much all my years of wearing makeup. I wore red lipstick. And so I'm going to put on my red lipstick. Okay, guys, and I'm going to use this MAC lipstick to, ooh, I don't even know what this is, but this is a little mini MAC lipstick. Because in high school, that's what I wore. I wore red lipsticks, and I remember one of my favorite ones was Cherries in the Snow. Oh, my goodness. My dad would give us lunch money I think it was every Sunday. And it was supposed to be for the week. I don't think I ever ate lunch in high school. All my money went to the pharmacy to buy makeup. Because back then, you could buy your makeup at the little local pharmacy and drugstore and pharmacy, and that's what I did. And I wore red lipstick every day. Now, to my best of my recollection, I know these were the colors that I pretty much use every day. Because for working for what I had, these were pretty much the colors. I don't know if I gotten more heavy-handed, but I think I've always been heavy-handed. So, but I know with the eyeliner, I used to put that on in that red lipstick. I only have one picture of me from when I was a teenager, so that's the picture I'm going by. But this is the look right here. And see, I've always been a pretty eccentric person. I mean, I wore heels when I was in high school. I wore heels, fur coats, you know, so I've always been a little glamour girl. But this is how I wore my makeup in high school. This is pretty much it. And always red lipstick every day. With foundation and powder. Now my foundation, I tried to make it not really match too much because back then we didn't have foundations, well, for women of color. So we would have to mix and match and try to get powders and make it work. So it was always kind of off. And we didn't bring our makeup, our foundation all the way down our neck at the time. It stopped, you know, about right here. So I was trying to recreate as accurate as I could. And this is the look. And it was fun going back in time to see how much of a change. It really hadn't been that much of a change. I think the only thing that's really changed is I don't do my eyebrows like this anymore. And I don't wear the red lipstick every day. Other than that, I'm still contouring, and I'm still heavy-handed. That's just me. Well, thank you guys for watching. Please like and subscribe. I hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see ya.